Hello, Senior 6. Today we are going to start a new unit, which is hormonal coordination in animals. Remember last time we have finished Unit 8, basically, which was exclusion and osmoregulation. So now we are moving to the next unit, basically, which is new to you. And now this is hormonal coordination. So number one, I think you have ever had endocrine system and nervous system, things like that. So now you can ask yourselves the difference between nervous system and endocrine system. So basically, nervous system is adapted to convey message, nerve impulses, in other words, rapidly between specific locations so that quick responses can be made. So in contrast, basically endocrine system is adapted to carry information from one source to many destinations to bring about long-lasting responses. So, you know, when we talk about endocrine system, basically you have to understand the hormones, things related to that. But when we talk about nervous system here, I think what comes in your mind, you have to understand that now the message here we are talking, which has to be conveyed, basically is the nerve impulses. So endocrine system consists of a number of glands that secrete hormones or chemicals usually. You know, hormones, they also have some categories. Some are proteins, others are steroids. So things related to that. Now, let us now try to understand in the details what is basically the endocrine system. The gland of endocrine system are called endocrine glands or ductless gland because they secrete their hormones direct into the bloodstream. Once inside the blood vessel, basically that is hormone. A hormone is carried in the bloodstream so that it can reach almost any cell in the body. But again, remember, each hormone has its own target cell on which it acts. Therefore, although all hormones are transported together in the bloodstream, each hormone has its own specific effect on the body. So basically, they are like enzymes. In some cases, target cells has specific receptor molecules on its surface membrane which bind the hormone molecule. Once bound on the membrane, the hormone brings about its response. So that is basically the endocrine system. You have had it. Again, endocrine glands occur at strategic points around the body. Their hormones regulate a wide range of activities. Much as hormones are transported through bloodstream, that's why they have wide range of activities, including blood glucose concentration, gastric secretion, heart rate, metabolism, growth rate, as well as water balance. So now, let us now also try to understand basically what is hormones, okay? This is very simple to understand. Hormones or hormone is a regulating chemical produced by an endocrine gland and is carried in blood to the cells, tissues or organ on which acts known as the target cell. So in brief, what we call a target organ or target cell is an organ where a hormone exerts its effect. So which means that target cell or target organ must have complementary receptors on their cell surface membrane. Hormones may differ chemically from one another, but they share many common characteristics. So like when you go through all these characteristics of hormones, now here you can understand. Some are proteins, others are propeptides, although others are steroids. Hormones are effective in very small quantities, but often have a wide spread and permanent effect. They can be transported through bloodstream. You have had that one from the beginning. Hormones are basically normal relative small molecules. They are also produced by endocrine glands. You have had. Hormones are chemical messengers that react on specific target organs to bring about specific reactions in these organs. Again, some they also inhibit or stimulate activities of target organs. Again, or chemical controlled reaction is slow but longer lasting. So basically, these are the features or characteristics of hormones in general. Now, again, remember we are talking about endocrine system here, but now there are some key terminologies you have to understand. Basically, there is a gland, there is a secretion, there is exocrine, and again there is endocrine gland. So here, much as you can take your time, you can also read what is a gland, again what is exocrine gland, and what is endocrine gland. Then from there, you can also understand the difference between two. Now, pancreas, basically, pancreas from senior 3. I hope it is not for your first time. So pancreas is considered as an exocrine and endocrine gland. So the question they tend to ask here, always you have to explain how pancreas is regarded as exocrine gland. As exocrine gland because it produces digestive secretions. Basically, good example is pancreatic juice that passes along with the pancreatic duct and into small intestines. Among other substances, pancreatic juice contains digestive enzymes such as amylase, trypsinogen, which is basically an inactive protease, repairs sodium hydrogen carbonate, which neutralizes the contents of the digestive system. Now, again, how pancreas is also regarded as an endocrine gland. It is also very simple. So it does so because the pancreas produces hormones. You know these hormones, they are very common, insulin and glucagon, which passes direct into the bloodstream. So there's no need of explaining the effect of insulin and the effect of glucagon hormone. You have studied these hormones under blood glucose level regulation. But now the key point here is now to understand how pancreas is considered as both an exocrine and endocrine gland.